Hello YouTube family and welcome to part 2 of Kashmir series. In this one we are going to travel from Srinagar to Gulmarg. It's a 1 hour 30-minute ride and there's a checkpost that you have to cross before entering Gulmarg, and the ride is pretty scenic, and we went there in October, so we still had some glimpse of autumn season. And then there were these pretty yellowish brown trees. We were eyeing out for them. As soon as we saw them, we had a smile on our faces. And the ride, it is just beautiful. So for our day 2 in Kashmir, we decided to go to Gulmarg and take the gondola ride to phase 1. We booked our tickets online. I'll leave the link in the description. We had the hardest time to figure out the entrance for the gondola ride. So basically our driver was not helpful and he didn't know anything.
भैया आपको कुछ पता भी है
किस चीज़ का?
कि वो देंगे कि दे पाएंगे कि नहीं और उसके बाद होगा कि नहीं?
नहीं उसके बाद हो जाएगा, रिपर भी देंगे वो छोड़ेंगे फिर.
तो फिर आपने पहले क्यों नहीं बोला?
So adding on to the experiences that I shared with you in the part 1, this was also one of the horrible experiences that our driver didn't knew where he had to drop us for our gondola ride. So gondola ke entrance gate pe there's a check post and they check whether you have the permission for the vehicle to go in or not. So your driver needs to get the right permission and paperwork done from Srinagar itself. In case you don't have that, they will not allow your vehicle to go in. But our driver was not ready to accept his mistake and was suggesting us to get down from the entry gate itself and walk from there. But locals told us that it's a 1 hour walk from there and we should go to the police station and get the permission. So on our vacation, we had to visit the police station, ask them for the permission, but they were telling us that the driver needs to get that from Srinagar, and we don't provide it here. They guided us to the exit gate, and from the exit gate, it's just 15 minutes walk, and it's a well constructed road. So you can definitely skip this hassle, and in case your driver doesn't has the permits, you can just go to the exit gate and walk from there. Reaching the entrance, we could see this huge queue which was there to enter just the gates for gondola, and there are multiple people who approach you in the line that आप हमें एक्स्ट्रा पैसे दे दो और हम आपको ये लाइन कट करा के सीधा एंट्रेंस पे ले जाएंगे. So while booking online, you will see that there are 3 slots, and we had booked the slot which was from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. which costed for one person to be 740 for just to phase 1. And अगर आप प्लान करते हो phase 2 जाने के लिए तो आपको phase 1 की पहले टिकट लेनी पड़ेगी and then phase 2 की, and I recommend to book them online.
बाबू कैमरे में नहीं दिख रहा ना, उसको कैसे पहना?
All of this hassle and wait was worth it for this small scenic ride. It is just calming and soothing to see this view from above. It's just beautiful. बनानी है तुझे. इसका डी कोड क्या है?
मैं खत्म है रब रखा.
I just fell in love with the view. We went to phase 1 and we went in October, so it was not all covered in snow, but still we could see the snow-covered mountains. It was so intriguing to see these shadows casted by the snow, trees and clouds. Everything was just beautiful, and I was just soaking it as much as I could because I wasn't sure when I'm gonna see this view again. I wanted to sit here and paint, but I didn't really carry my painting stuff. But I promised that myself that I'm gonna paint this once I reach home. So yeah, I was on a mission to soak this view as much as I could, and then we came back to the line. It was a huge queue to go back, so we were back in line around I think 5:30.
बेचारे को ठंड लग रही है
नहीं उसके फर इज
यहाँ
इनफ
भाई
फॉर
मतलब सर तो है उससे
शोनी शोनी
As the sun was going down, the weather was getting cold. At this point, the line was moving pretty slow, and we hardly moved from the point from where we actually entered the line. So we thought of visiting the only cafe on phase 1. This is the one and only cafe that's there, and the view looks more beautiful from the inside because it's all heated and you can enjoy the view with your coffee or tea. But then they made an announcement that Gandola ride is resuming, and it was a fake announcement because Gandola didn't really work even after that. They just wanted to shut down the cafe, so they made an announcement for everyone to leave the cafe and join the line, and the Gandola is going to work now.
कुछ दिख भी नहीं रहा फ्लैशलाइट में भी नहीं दिख रहा
Our energies were drained out after a point of time because there were no facilities, there were no lights or washrooms available, and even the temperature was going down. Even at this point, the local vendors were selling chocolates and chips on double or triple the rate, taking the advantage of the situation rather than helping people out.
फाइनली हम नीचे जाने वाले हैं 4 घंटे बाद
प्लीज जल्दी
4 घंटे बाद
बहुत ठंड लग रही है
It was a very chaotic scene, and the people which were actually, on the top with children, and they were not in the right clothing to stay there for so long. They were almost in tears. Mothers were literally crying when they reached down that they have safely landed, because honestly there was no communication to us when we were standing in lines, and everybody was thinking whether the gondola will work or we have to stay here all night, or what's gonna happen when we're gonna reach, back on the ground. So it was very chaotic.
आपका लकीली हमारा अनलकीली
Later in the night, we went to a local cafe to have a dinner, and we shared our experience with them. And उन्होंने भी यही बताया कि ये गंडोला राइड के साथ कभी कभी ये होता रहता है, and it's more frequent these days. Then we came back to the place that we have booked. Luckily, it was a comfortable place. There were bed heaters, and in the morning, the view from there, when you're all tired laying in your bed and you just open your eye and just you have this beautiful view, it feels like all this hassle is worth it for this view, just for this view from my bed. Then we left from Gulmarg to Srinagar, and then further to Pahalgaon.
वो बोलना चाहिए कि रियल ओरिजिनल
मैं एक बार प्राइस बताना और प्राइस भी बता दो बेस का
1,80,000 हमारे पास 4 लाख का शॉल भी रहेगा 10 लाख का शॉल भी रहेगा
हमें 4 लाख वाली भी दिखा दो भैया एक बार दिखा दो
उसमें तो पैसे लगते हैं
दिखाने में भी पैसा लगता है
4 लाख का चीज़ 10 लाख का
So this was our first stop, which was a handicraft shop, and then we went to a local store there.
फूल को ऐसे इसको मतलब ये किया जाता है फिर ये एक साथ तीन होती है ये है ना ये तीन एक साथ फिर इसको कट किया जाता है फिर उसके बाद रूम टेम्परेचर में सुखाओ उसको बहुत मेहनत लगती है उसके बाद और 300 फूलों को सुखाने के बाद 1 ग्राम सैफरन तैयार होता है
Purchased few items which were locally grown here, and then our next stop was an apple orchard. Then we tried few apples that were grown there, and we also had the apple juice.
फिर सारा उठाइए।
आप कितना केजी बेचते
जार
हो?
से आपको 100 का केजी मिल जाएगा।
इतने केजी का क्या करना? मतलब पूरा पेटी।
नहीं मैम, यहाँ
अच्छा
इससे
यहाँ
दरख्त
से
से
ओके।
आपके सामने उतारेंगे।
अच्छा, और जार से नहीं उतारना तो
80 का पड़ेगा।
80 का।
वालर का जैम है, एप्पल की चटनी है, कमल गाड़ी का अचार है, लोटस का।
कोई कड़ी लोटस का टेम्पल।
हाँ, कमल
लोटस
का
का,
कड़ी।
अच्छा अच्छा।
एप्पल का जैम है, एप्पल का मुरब्बा है, गार्लिक की चटनी है, ग्रीन गार्लिक का पिकल है,
गार्लिक,
जो हेरिडिटी होती है ना गार्लिक की, लहसुन की, उसका अचार है।
तो यहाँ पे लहसुन भी वो
हाँ मैम,
करते हो?
सब कुछ होता है।
अब तुमको क्या ट्राई? तुम्हें अच्छा क्या लगा अभी दो जो तुमने ट्राई किए उसमें से?
ये इसका टेस्ट अच्छा लग रहा
एप्पल का मुरब्बा है।
जाम भी अच्छा है।
है।
और जाम ले रहे हैं।
कौन सी?
एप्पल जाम।
This was our second last stop before we reached Pahalgaon, and we took some jams and apples and continued our journey. The sky was all painted in light pinks and blues, and all the trees were looking beautiful. And then also there's a river that goes sideways the road before you reach Pahalgaon. So we stopped our car and got down at this point, and it was super windy, but the view was beautiful. And then that's all for part 2. We reached our stay and called it a day. In part 3, you're gonna see what all we covered in Pahalgaon. To give you a gist on what all we covered and what will be included in part 3, we went to see these beautiful waterfalls, visited few of the temples on the way, went to Aru and Betab Valley, and then came back to Srinagar as we had our flight from Srinagar, and visited the Mughal Garden and the Kashmir University for the chinar trees. So I hope you like this video and gained something out of it. Thank you so much for watching the entire video. Do subscribe to the channel to keep the creator within me motivated, and like, share and comment. And always remember, I'll see you soon. Until then, just smile through.